For round 5, the World Rally Championship headed south for the only Latin American event of the year. Rally Argentina provides some of the toughest and most spectacular challenges of the season. High altitudes, rough stages and 60 deep water splashes all take their toll on man and machine. The rally's based in Cordoba, on the bridge between the plains and the mighty Andes, almost 390 kilometers of special stages. Tommy Mäkinen got the worst of the fog at the start of day 1. In a seat specially modified and a stash of painkillers, Seitz fought off the effects of back pain to bravely attack the Argentine stages. Didier Auriol's win in Spain was a shot in the arm for the sport's elder statesman. After stage 4, he was 5th overall. Out of sight, Richard Burns spun his Subaru, losing 12 seconds. Last year's winner was relieved to be as high as 4th. Less than a kilometre into stage 3, Francois Delacour clipped the inside of a hairpin. After stage 4, Colin McRae had a massive 39-second gap to Carlos Sainz, but the charge was not without risk. But McRae knew that without a win here, his title hopes were all but over.
And 6 right.
Rovanperä looked on course for a podium place when his car slowed. The problem was broken suspension, and then he drowned in a water splash.
Ei saatana oo totta.
Stage 7 caught out another driver. This time, Freddie Loix in a roll so slow it almost looked like an action replay. But the spectators put the car back on its wheels and Loix back into the fray. Richard Burns clawed back a few seconds to McRae in the final few kilometres of the day, setting up a potential battle of the Brits on days 2 and 3. McRae, though, was confident that a 41-second lead would be enough of a cushion. But on the last stage of the day, Colin's brother Alistair found his Hyundai filling with smoke. Trained for such an incident, McRae turned firefighter.
¡Cuerpo tierra! ¡Cuerpo tierra!
This isn't the first rally you've led this year. As you know all too well, it can be a tough event. 3 days, make up a rally, 2 still to go.
Yeah, especially here, Argentina is one of the toughest, and there's a lot of rocks and places to catch you out, so we'll just try and keep it going.
As football fans gather behind a goal, Argentine rally fans group around the water splashes. First into the natural amphitheatre, Colin McRae, the leader.
Reflects the slow 3, opens. 30, 6 left minus line. 30. 6 crest and right tightens to 5 minus.
Burns knew he had to attack from the first corner of the first stage on day 2.
Tightens low. 50.
Sapped of energy by his back pain, Seitz still put up a good fight. His 3rd place appeared safe.
2, easy plus on crest.
As if Alistair McRae had not seen enough smoke on day 1, there was a much more serious blaze on stage 11. A brush fire had engulfed more than 20 spectator cars. Firefighters sped to the scene, including this water tanker. Caught by an amateur cameraman, the truck loses control in the middle of a surface area, clips a Skoda team official and crashes into the 2 Skoda rally cars. With both cars damaged and the team shaken, Skoda pulled out of the rally. With Richard Burns breathing down his neck, Colin McRae had no time for emotion, but he towed the line to perfection, setting fastest time on stage 12. Burns had tried every trick in the book to try and catch Colin McRae, but he couldn't put more than a minor dent in McRae's armour. hanging on to the coattails of cars 4 and 5, Carlos Sainz. Peter Solberg was in the wars when his water bottle got jammed under his pedals. And then he lost 2 gears.
180. Early flat 5 right.
It took, I think, a few seconds in the last one, but we backed off a bit. It was quite rutted and rough. So I didn't want to take any chances.
I think we have to rely on maybe a mistake from Colin or a problem with their car rather than being able to outpace them over tomorrow.
The final day, and McRae only knew parts of the first stage. His lack of knowledge cost him valuable seconds. Burns didn't look like a man with a mountain to climb, laid back, sipping at his water supply. He really looked like a Sunday morning driver, but Burns' speed was anything but geriatric. The gap now, 21.8 seconds. The game was still wide open. No drastic need to hurry for Carlos Sainz. Third looked safe, and so far his Ford had run like clockwork. The biggest prize on offer behind Sainz was the fight for fourth. Peter Solberg started the day with it in his grasp, but then lost it to Mäkinen, who nosedived into the dirt, jolting the Mitsubishi so much it started losing oil and water. Grunholm misjudged a fast left-hander, ending up in the bushes. He managed to drive out, but his clutch was destroyed. Peugeot's rally went from bad to worse. Condor 3 times in the last 3 years. This is where Colin McRae ended his South American adventures. But back off he didn't. Even in the closing stages of the rally, there was little the rest of the field could do to match the 2 Britons. It takes a dedicated fan to stand in freezing temperatures on the top of the world. But Burns couldn't catch McRae. 11 months since his last victory, the Flying Scotsman was a winner again.
Okay. Spot on. Well done.
Second for Burns meant both Brits were now in the title race.
The rally itself is a rally I enjoy, and it's never been that kind to us in the past, but to win this year is a bit extra special, obviously because of the run we've had before now, so hopefully that's it, all back on track.
Not 10 points, but it still puts your season back on track.
Yeah, it does. And if you look at how many points we can get or we need to be able to be in with a chance of winning the championship, then it's exactly what we needed.
So McRae the winner, Burns the runner-up, and behind Sainz, Mäkinen fourth. Mäkinen now had a 5-point lead ahead of Sainz in the Drivers' Championship, but into the fray come McRae and Burns. Mitsubishi leading from Ford, and then Peugeot in the Manufacturers' Championship.